Welcome back to the Psychology Wisdom channel. Are you wondering whether a specific guy is jealous of the attention you get from men? More importantly, do you want to know whether this guy is attracted to you? Although they'll usually do everything they can to hide it, there are several telltale signs that jealous crushes show when you're getting attention from other guys. I've listed 15 of them in this video. But before we start, there's something we need to make clear. Trying to make guys jealous isn't the best strategy to win his heart. In the meantime, let's now explore some of the signs a guy shows when he's jealous of the attention you're getting from other dudes. Before we begin, if you are new to the Psychology Wisdom channel, click the subscribe button for more practical and social psychology videos like this. And if you like the content of this video, kindly give it a like. Let's begin. The great and sometimes confusing thing about humans is how we can do one thing and mean something else. Pulling a girl's pigtails on the playground could mean you like her. Likewise, turning down a man's advances repeatedly could mean you like him. It's a whirlwind of yes that means no, and vice versa. In fact, when looking for signs a guy is jealous and likes you, bear in mind it's just as tasking as trying to figure out how to know if you like a guy. But in most cases, the green-eyed demon of jealousy comes in a more direct way. On the other hand, there are some signs where you'll need to bring out the Sherlock Holmes to suss out. If your man has been showing some weird signs lately, then I am about to lay down some wisdom in that respect. This is a very delicate ground and should be tread on quite carefully. In that vein, let's jump right in. Here are some signs he likes you and he is jealous. Number 1. The occasional silent treatment. As I said, human beings are just bundles of confusion. You'd expect a guy to kiss up to you if he likes you, but that's quite the opposite in some cases. A jealous guy will try to play some mind games. If he's coming from an insecure stance, then he may ignore you when he's hurt, or give you the silent treatment. So if you went out for drinks with friends, and all of a sudden he's not talking to you, the worst part of it is if you genuinely did not see it coming. Nevertheless, that's basically a sign that a guy is jealous. He probably does not know how to process his feelings altogether, so do not write him off as a troubled person just like that. It's true that no sane person will love to feel jealous every once in a while. On the other hand, you need to be wary of this type of behavior. It shows a level of insecurity and toxicity that you may not really like. Number 2. He acts different. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone who changes his attitude as much as you change your bra? You know what I'm talking about. Guys do that sometimes when they are jealous. Let's say the object of their jealousy is a tough, macho guy. They may try to act that way because they feel that's what rocks your boat. The same goes for when they feel you like a smooth, sensitive guy. So if you wake up in the morning and you're suddenly sleeping next to Clint Eastwood or the Terminator, it's time to have a talk. Again, this stems from a place of insecurity. He might be doing this for a good reason, but most likely he feels threatened that you will soon fall in love with another guy, or he's about to become your ex-boyfriend in a second. You need to be ready to nip this in the bud if it's untrue. Number 3. He always wants to have the last laugh. If you find yourself in a relationship where someone is constantly trying to one-up other guys, then something is terribly wrong. In this case, he's probably trying to impress you and is going about it the wrong way. What makes it even worse is if he isn't your boyfriend yet, or someone who has fallen in love with you. It's basically a sign that he is vying for your attention. So let's say you go out as a group of friends, and he insists on paying all the bills or showers you with ridiculously expensive gifts. Then you need to look a bit closer. It may not be a function of the goodness of his heart. It could be some good old-fashioned jealousy at work. Trust me, men are complicated creatures. even though they like to make it look like we have a monopoly on that. So once you notice that all the primping up and trying to impress you is an act, you need to nip it in the bud. Feeling a twinge here and there is one thing, but maxing out his card is a whole other ball game. Number 4. His energy levels change. When you talk about other men, when a guy is jealous, for the most part, irrationality flies out the window. Once you mention that cute guy you love chatting with at the store or an old flame that came into town, it'll be like someone or something sucked all the joy out of the room. If you are looking for signs that he likes you, then this is really obvious. He may try to put his poker face to use, but emotions seep through in little bits. What's more, his words may not be an indicator, but expressions never lie at all. If he really wants to take it to the extreme, then he will probably shut down entirely. His silence is more than enough to prove that he's battling with some emotions within. In the case that he's not into you in a romantic way, he will be happy for you, and it will show. He will be interested and genuinely want to know a lot more about the new guy in question. Number 5. He only flirts when he thinks you're watching. Do you know what's even worse about these next signs? In the case that you were not around while he was flirting, then he will fill you in on it when he sees you. It's not only a sign that he likes you, but it also shows he is jealous. You know that he's really into you when he feels the need to make you jealous as well. It's something many jealous people do. In fact, it's a way to show you're not the only option that he has. Yes, it's nothing short of a sick and twisted plan, but then again, it is a general thing human beings do, which also comes in the form of a jealous man. You may be telling him about your boyfriend with no spite in your heart, but he certainly does not take it that way. So this is just his way of saying that he can find someone else 2 times as fast as you can. In a nutshell, the guy is jealous, and you need to carefully navigate the situation. Number 6. He hates that you have a life outside him. The unfortunate thing about jealous men is the fact that they always have an ugly side. Whether he is a boyfriend, an ex, or a friend, you definitely have a life outside him. The thought of you enjoying life beyond his presence is something that infuriates him, and that's a bit scary. The motivation behind this is that he is a bit on the possessive side. The point of no return is when jealous men do things that seem a bit too possessive. Sure, there are instances where a jealous guy might be feeling nervous and simply does not know how to act, but there is a thin line between jealousy and a lot of negative emotions. If the guy is jealous, he may even go as far as light stalking. If he cannot do it on his own, he may start asking common friends about your whereabouts. At this point, you need to start looking for ways to manage the situation, because he is likely one of those jealous men who clearly do not have their emotions under wraps. Number 7. He's rude to your male friends. It's the 21st century, and girls and guys can hang out as friends. So if you are one of those people who have a handful of male friends, things could get tricky with a guy who likes you. He may not enjoy the notion that another guy is close to you. At that point, it may all get a little too juvenile for you, mostly because he's going to be mean to anyone who poses a threat to the relationship he wants to build with you. Yup, once a guy is jealous, the claws come out. Even though he has no reason to feel threatened by these totally platonic friends of yours, you'll notice an underlying layer of bad behavior. According to G. Clanton, jealousy is the way we protect valued relationships, so this isn't out of the question. To him, you're spending too much time giving away attention to another guy, which you should be pouring on him. So when you notice somewhat catty behavior, such as snide remarks, it's time to figure out what's happening. For the most part, this guy likes you and is jealous of anyone you pay attention to. Number 8. He becomes your shadow. So you met this guy, and he's super fun and cool. You don't mind hanging out with him and the rest of the gang. After all, it's always great to have positive vibes around you. No one jumps into anything expecting jealousy to rear its ugly head. Then things get really weird when he suddenly follows you everywhere. By everywhere, I mean to places he wasn't supposed to know you'd be at. For instance, you could mistakenly bump into him at church, and then the next thing, he's at your local coffee shop before you. Who knows? You may not mind after all. This guy is pleasant and doesn't give off that creepy vibe. But we're human, and even twins don't spend all their time together. Asking for space may trigger some jealousy. He may get the idea that you want to be alone because there is someone else. For the most part, he's acting irrationally because he has solid feelings for you. Nevertheless, it's wise to always keep such behavior in check and look out for any bad signs in case he fits the profile of those abnormally creepy, jealous guys. Number 9. His eyes are always on you. It's cute when a guy cannot take his eyes off you, right? For one, it's an obvious sign that he likes you. It honestly does not matter where you are, at the office, on the subway, or on the street. He has those eyes planted on you. For the most part, this is common with men that like you, but don't know how to act on their feelings. As such, all they can do is watch you closely and hope for the best. In addition, this is also how he keeps tabs on you. Sure, he may not know how to approach you himself, but he does not want any other person to do the same. He basically wants to see if you are still in the market so he can plan how to make his move. In some cases, this is cute, but there are definitely some stalker undertones to it. All in all, it is a sign that he likes you a lot. Whether jealousy creeps in or not is a story for another day. Number 10. He feigns aloofness. There is only so much a person can do since, for the most part, we have control over our actions. So, if the man in question cannot control who you talk to or where you go, best believe he is going to feign disinterest. Of course, he is probably still interested in you, but what more can he do? So when you're having a great time with people he probably considers a threat, you'll notice that he fades into the background. It's not a bad tactic in my book. It's generally better than starting a fight or spending his resources trying to outdo them, but it does involve him stifling his emotions so that peace can reign for everyone besides himself. So, if you notice that he quiets down while the group is roaring or does not say much, then he's probably taken a step back. It may not be very proactive, but this is a sure sign of jealousy. His emotions are still there, but he would rather ignore them, and you in the process. Number 11. He's incredibly passive-aggressive. This is somewhat related to the previous point. After all, nothing is more passive-aggressive than blocking everyone out. This is one attitude that's a lot louder than others. To be fair, the poor guy, we all have those moments where we don't say what we mean. Without words, it's a lot easier to drop a snide remark and look snooty for the rest of the day. You might notice this type of behavior when a guy likes you and is fed up that you can't see it. Sure, he's not being particularly proactive, but we can't all be perfect. So, if he doesn't have much to say when you're speaking to other men or generally living your life, he's probably seething with jealousy. For the most part, this is quite juvenile, but as I said before, we can't all be 100%. This childishness needs to stop though, so find the best method to get him to express his feelings using words. Number 12. He freaks out when communication isn't instant. You may feel like this is a little too much, but as they say, all is fair in love and war. If this man likes you and is equally jealous, he will have some odd ways of showing it. This can include losing it when he can't get a hold of you. Sure, he's not your boyfriend, but he wants you to answer or return his texts right away. Maybe in La La Land, it's possible to pick up calls and reply to messages immediately. But in the real world, we have things to do besides tapping away at our phones. For the most part, people understand this, but a jealous guy will not think this way. So, If you notice that he gets a bit riled up when you don't get back to him immediately, there's something wrong. He may not really have any claim to you, but jealousy really has no chill. In this case, you need to sit him down and get to the bottom of it all. Number 13. He becomes too sweet. Has anyone ever been so sweet you practically got diabetes by hanging around them? Well, a jealous man can act that way and do it right. Picture this. You have this friend who has pretty much been normal around you. Then all of a sudden, he switches it up and acts a bit too nice for your liking. This is suspect, and if you take a closer look, you'll realize that he is jealous. If you can trace the timeline properly, you'll find that he probably saw you with some guys. They may not necessarily be a threat to him or anyone for that matter, but that's the way jealousy works. It's even worse when he isn't typically the lovey-dovey type, because you can smell a dead rat right out of the box. This is another situation where you have to sit him down and figure out how to move forward. Number 14. He gets angry. Anger and violence are signs you want to be wary of. No one likes an angry or violent outburst, but sometimes this is a byproduct of jealousy. Some men do not know how to keep their emotions under wraps, and though they are sweet, they get upset when you pay attention to other men. Sure, you do not have to explain yourself to anyone, especially if he is not your boyfriend, but some guys make you feel like you owe them an explanation. Now, this is the manipulative face of jealousy, and it's hard to deal with altogether. So if he suddenly flares up because you are hanging out with someone new, it's time to sort things out before things get full and violent. Number 15. He's glad when your love life is in shambles. This honestly does not sound as bad as the caption, but if this guy is just a friend, he probably will not come out and laugh at you when you're heartbroken. However, there will be an air of relief, probably because he has the chance to shoot his shot. His body language is all the proof you need that he is glad you're single and the two of you are ready to mingle. To be fair, you may not be ready to read between the lines right after a breakup, but if he likes you, you'll sense that relief. He may even straight up take that opportunity to tell you how he feels. To wrap things up. Whether you are battling with a jealous lover in your relationship or are wondering why your man is acting so weird, it's good to know how to act. No one wants to be sucked into a world of jealous guys, so you need to know how to navigate it. With the information in this video, you're pretty much good to go. Even more, drop a comment below because nothing trumps real-life experiences and input. If you know a girlfriend or sister that needs help spotting signs of jealous men, it's a good reason to take it up a notch and share this video. If you enjoyed this video, kindly give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical and social psychology videos like this. Thanks for watching.